Hey everyone, it is Coach Callie V with Coordinated Coaching, and today's topic is confidence. It's crazy. I honestly feel like as a coach and who's been coaching for 20 plus years, confidence is peak and valleys. Like, I feel like you can be on top of the world and you feel like you're holding the world and not like a trophy. Like, it weighs 1,000 pounds and you don't know if you're going to be able to pitch that inside fastball that you need to get this girl off the plate so you can, do your thing as a pitcher. So, as you may or may not know, I have 20 years of coaching experience, Little League, travel ball, high school ball, and in those 20 years consecutively, I have continued personal one-on-one lessons with girls in softball, specifically pitching, but I also do fielding as well as hitting. And I'm also married to a head baseball coach of a high school program as well as travel ball. So we're kind of that fam. So if you look for the hashtag Coach's Wife, Coach Mom, officially Callie V, that's me. So anyways, that's a little bit of background. But I wanted to give you that little intro because I wanted you to pick up on the healthy confidence that I have in my coaching, which there's a fine line. You and I both know that there are coaches out there that are like way past the line of confidence and they're in a dark place. And this dark place can be greedy, willing to do whatever it takes to win the game, play dirty ball, things like that. Or they can be in the dark place of lack of confidence. Like they just don't believe that they can do it. They don't believe that they can portray it to their team for their team to do it. So to me, it makes more sense to just kind of stay in that middle place and not go to either dark place. Because I don't know about you, but I've seen coaches lose it and they look like raging lunatics. And I've also seen coaches just lose it in the sense of they've lost their passion for the game and they just don't coach. They barely talk. They have zero kind of body language. So from one extreme to the other. Now, let's talk about the athletic confidence. So I'm just going to kind of move around the field. Stay with me, and I'm also going to use softball or baseball as my analogy. But if you're a catcher, I love catchers. I got mad love for catchers because I was a pitcher. And my catcher and I, the girl that I played high school ball with and college ball with, like she lives all the way in Texas now, but we're still close, like to this day, She always had my back no matter what. And I love that. And it was kind of cool because she had my back on the field and she had my back off the field. And here we are, adulting, and we still have each other's back. So it's pretty cool how that relationship happens. Does it happen to every pitcher and catcher? No, because I had a couple other catchers before in my lifetime, and I think they were just there because they were doing a job. That's how they looked at it. Because honestly, I might talk to them every now and then kind of thing. So, but the one relationship that I had with my catcher, like we're still close to this day. So, catchers have the best view of the field. They can see everything being made. They can see the right fielder not moving. They can see the shortstop being way over to third to where there's a big gap, right? They can see those holes. So to me, a catcher has to have a lot of confidence, right? To be able to hold it down and be like, hey, you got to move over just a little bit, Coaches are going to coach, but they may not see that hole like a catcher can. Like a coach is not behind home plate like a catcher is. So you got to have a lot of confidence there. And catcher confidence starts young. I think that is something that, like, pitching confidence, you got to wait till you start pitching. Like, as young as 8 years old, really competitively, yes. But catchers, you girls, you boys, you guys can start that really little, okay? Pitching confidence. Let's just move to the mound. And this is going to be a lot of personal experience, right? I've pitched from the mound at every level of softball except professionally, which was the goal, but God had a better plan. And that's all good because I'm here now doing this and I love it. So, pitching confidence. You have to have the kind of confidence to shut them down, to get ahead. And then you have to have that kind of confidence to let them think that they're going to get ahead or they're going to get a walk. You have to be able to almost like, I'm not a poker player, but man, can I play poker from the mound, right? You have to be willing to exasperate the same kind of confidence with every pitch. Like, yeah, you may have just thrown your first strike and your first changeup, but like, be excited, jump for joy on the inside, but like, be excited in a respectful, like, this is my job, I know what I'm doing kind of way confidence. Aha, you get it. So lately, a lot of my pitchers, they're kind of on either spectrum right now. They're either getting in there and doing their job. Like the other day, one of my pitchers told me, hey, you're never going to believe this, but I had like the best first inning. And I was like, did you throw less than 9 pitches? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, what's up? You know, like that's a pitcher's dream right there. That's why you put in work daily, you know? You put in work daily to get those kind of innings. But then I have pitchers who are just doing amazing during practice and in lessons with me, and they look amazing during their warm-up, and as soon as game time happens, as soon as that batter steps in the box, her confidence goes elsewhere. The pitcher's confidence. So the kind of confidence that a pitcher has to have, it's like got to keep going all the time, right? I tell a lot of my pitchers that are ready to hear this, your team is going to feed off of you. Like, bottom line. If you're rushed, they're going to be rushed, and errors are going to happen because they're doing what? They're rushing, right? But if you take each pitch for exactly what it is, one pitch at a time, and you are intentional, you set your intentions every time with that pitch. And by setting your intentions, this is what I mean. When you pitch the ball and you get the ball back from your catcher, you check your bases, you do whatever you need to do, and you take your time. You get your sign. You know, obviously by this time you're turning around, looking at your catcher. You get your sign and you decide whether or not you agree with it. And if you agree with it, then you take that deep breath in, and in that deep breath in, you step on the mound. Okay? That means it's go time. When you get into the rock position, you will move into the attack position, which then comes into the drive position. So if you don't set that kind of rhythm up, your confidence, it's gone. It's gone. It's totally gone. And you will not get it back in the game. You won't. Like, I know to you this may seem brute to say, but if you've lost it, like within the first inning, see you later. I just, as a pitcher, like, I know what it's like to dig a hole and not be able to get out, but I also know what it's like to come up in the first inning and nail that first inning, and it just sets the tone for the entire game. Okay? So, if you're a pitcher and you're struggling with your confidence, can I suggest something to you? And this goes for every athlete if you come across this. And coaches, I suggest that you use this with your athletes as well. Have them visualize. Have them see it before it's done. You know, this day and age, everything's all woohoo about visualization, and if you see it, you can be it kind of thing. Let me tell you something. My mom was telling me this years ago when I was a kid, and she would even yell it from the stands. See it, little bit. I know, I was called little bit. But I always played up on my sister's travel ball teams when I played travel ball, so I was the littlest one on the team. You know, youngest and littlest. So my mom was way ahead of the game. My mom also coached me. One of the best coaches, the best coach, love you, Mom, that I ever had. She set me up in such a way that I was a coachable kid. That I was a kid that wanted to be told when I was screwing up and needed to be told what I needed to do to fix it. So let's go back to visualization. Crazy thing here. I was researching the other day. This might blow your mind. No, I do not have the site work and all that stuff, but studies have shown that an hour, 1 hour, 60 minutes of uninterrupted visualization is equivalent to up to 7 hours of physical practice, game time. Do you see what I'm saying? So a lot of times I tell my pitchers, when you get your sign, like, see it. See it in your head. That's the cool thing about you, is nobody else can see what you're going to do but you, right? So own it. Protect it. Like that circle, that chalk line, that's your bubble. That's your happy place. Nobody can touch you. That's why pitchers are divas. I'm just kidding. No, my mom was like, my mom was a catcher. So when I said I wanted to be a pitcher, she was like, great. But it worked out for the best. So anyways, let's move around the field. Center field. Oh, I like how I'm just kind of moving up the line. Center field. Lots of confidence out there. You are one of the fastest girls, if not the fastest girl on your team. The reason for that is kind of like the catcher, you can see the whole field. You can't really tell when people are out of position like a catcher, but you can tell if you have a better round on the ball than your right fielder and your left fielder. Or I guess if you're center field, it would be like this, right field, left field, right? Not to confuse you, but if you play the game, you totally understand what I'm talking about. So you have to have a lot of confidence to call them off. And with that confidence, you got to have it and not worry if they get mad. Just like pitcher and catcher. If the catcher makes a call on a pitch and the pitcher doesn't agree and she throws something, like, catcher, you better suck it up. Or if she threw it and it was a ball and it didn't go the way she planned, pitcher, you better suck it up, right? Another key note here is pitchers, catchers, if you are commanding your pitcher to put in work to make good throws to you, you have to be giving that back to her. It's a beautiful relationship, okay? So center field, lots of confidence there to be able to call the ball and call your left and right fielder off. And you're moving constantly. All right, let's go to the big dog. On the infield, I love my shortstops. Shortstops are quick-gloved people. My sister played a lot of catching. She was predominantly a catcher, but she also held down third and short because she had a quick glove. Shortstop, you got to have a lot of confidence there. A lot of confidence because you're covering kind of like the hottest part of the field, because just speaking from my personal experience, I feel like more balls get pulled in that direction than they do towards second. Call me crazy, right? So you got to have a lot of shot calling. You got to be able to tell your third baseman, it's a bunt, get in. You know, you got to yell. You got to know what to do on that play with third and second. Then I'm going to move over to second base. Second base, I feel like you're almost right there, shortstop, you know, as far as seeing the field and making the calls. But you got to have a lot of confidence there too, because you got to cover first, right? On that bunt, if they play up, who's going to be there? You got to be there, right? Right. First baseman, yeah, I love first basemen because I feel like first basemen are the most docile creatures. You guys are so calm and you're so cool and you're just collected. And I think that takes a lot of confidence to stay in a place where if you need to turn it up, you'll turn it up. If you need to turn it down, you turn it down. For the most part, you guys are pretty chill. And I think that's awesome. I'm going to move back to right field. I played right field too, and I played second. Second wasn't my favorite, I admit. I was not a fan of the bad hops, and I played in the days of no face masks. So getting checked in the throat and getting one in the lip, it wasn't my jam, which is weird because as a pitcher, I had plenty hit at my head and my chest and my hips and my legs, and I caught everything basically hit above my hips. I caught it all. Never took one in the face, thank God. But I did take them to the shin. But right fielders, I got mad love for you too. Personal heart space there. Because I don't know about you, but I loved throwing the girls out at first. And when they thought they were like, gonna trot to first, and then you just ran up on that ball that got through your first and second baseman, and then you chucked him out at one. What? That right there, you don't even have to think about confidence. That just spells confidence all over the place. Like, oh, you really thought you were just gonna get a base? Oh, okay, well, let me show you. You're not. All right, let me go over to left field. Left field, lots of respect for you too. You're constantly moving, right? When there's a runner on second and possible play being made at third, you're backing up, just like the right fielder's always backing up first. Everybody's always moving, right? Everybody has feet to move. bottom line. And we're always in an athletic position. So I got a lot of respect for left field. I feel like left field, I don't know, maybe it's pretty even. There's a lot of foul balls hit down the right and left field line, which I loved robbing those from people. I loved diving and catching them when I played right field. It was a blast. But I kind of feel like left field and right field just hold it down. Like, you know how you say, oh, what position do I play? Oh, I play corners. And we all know what that means, first and third. But to an outfielder, like, you are the wall. So you should be like, I play walls. Because nothing gets by you. Like, you outfielders, that's it. Like, the puck stops with you, right? Right. Even though we're playing with a ball and not a puck. So third baseman, I kind of saved the best for last. I have a special place there because that's where my sister played a lot. And I've seen, and my husband, he was a third baseman too. And he still plays when he plays slow pitch. But I've seen a lot of tragedy happen at third base, especially as softball has grown. The bats have gotten more high-tech. Girls are not the same size that they were when I was playing ball. They're bigger, they're faster, they're stronger. Girls are going through puberty sooner, so you could say precocious puberty if you wanted to, which gives them that whole hormonal drive behind the ball. So third base, I feel like lots of confidence there because you're the last. Like, when a girl makes it to your base, your main mission is like, you're not scoring. Nope, ain't happening. Oh, I'm going to get you on the throw down. You watch. Me and my catcher, we got this down. My left fielder, she's backing me up 100%. Watch, it's going down. You are not making it home. Like, confidence everywhere. Everywhere, right? So, hope I didn't totally just go off on a rant there, which I don't think I did. I feel like you pretty much know that confidence has to be everywhere in the game and in practice and on the bench and in the stands and with your coaches. Like, we all have to have confidence. And if it's something you struggle with, I highly suggest that you start Look, I'm excited. I'm passionate about the game and I love to coach, right? So I highly suggest that you take time and you visualize yourself. Even if you're a coach, you visualize, how are you going to handle when something goes down? Are you going to stay cool, level-headed? Or are you going to totally lose it because you think you're so awesome? Like I said, there's a thin line, right? As a player, you got to just chill. Put this bad boy away, right? Turn your computer off. Take your tablet and put it away. Give yourself time to grow as an athlete, emotionally and mentally. Two big factors that I really feel like as a coach are being stolen from our kids today in this day and age because of all the social media, how would you say, outlets that they can just go to. So kiddos, seriously, like, put your phone away. Like, put yourself in a place, if it's on your bed and you just got to shut down and visualize. And if you go to sleep, you go to sleep. God knows you needed the rest, right? But see yourself starting off as a pitcher. See yourself in that first inning, first pitch of the game. I'm going to get a strike on this girl. This is what I'm going to do. You know what? I'm going to throw it inside. And I'm just going to remind her whose plate that is. It's my plate. And I'm just going to get her off just a little bit. I don't want to hurt her, but I just want to put a little bit of ounce of fear in her. I want to knock her confidence. Because that's really what it is. It's a head game. So, basic moral of this video is, if you are not practicing your mental and your emotional game behind the scenes, it does not matter how much work you put into your physical game. It doesn't. I have been pitching for years, and competitively, I grew to know that pitching is 99.9 mental percent. It's all mental. And by that, I mean, don't be a head case about it. Good night. If you want to hear my speech about staying out of your head, that's in my little coordinated coaching link. But stay out of your head. That's the worst place you can go as a pitcher, as an athlete, as anybody. Like, even as a mom, if you're all up in your head and your kids are trying to talk to you, your kids are going to feel very like, where did my mom go? If you're a husband and you're trying to talk to your wife and you're the wife and you're all up in your head, you're not listening to him. Like, get out of your head. You do nobody any good there. Pay attention. As an athlete, as a softball athlete, as a baseball athlete, you have 8 other players, 8 other teammates on that field that need you to be present in that moment and arising to the occasion of owning it. Own your opportunity to make good plays. Own your opportunity to, if you make an error, you bounce back like that. And that whole 3 strikes you're out crap doesn't work. Like, you made an error and that's it. Okay? It's history. #history. So, ladies and gentlemen, coaches, kids, work on your mental game. Work on it. Visualize. And I can guarantee you, and how can I guarantee you? Because it's worked for me and it's also worked for so many of my athletes. If you allow yourself to visualize yourself making those plays, pitching the ball, hitting the ball, turning the double, making the error, what do? You know what I mean? Your physical game will get even better without having to stay 30 minutes later after practice. Okay? So I challenge you. I challenge you guys, especially you teenagers, even coaches. This can get the best of us as well. Take this bad boy, put it away. Turn it off if you need to. Turn it down if you want to, if you don't want to hear the ding. And allow yourself, let's start small. Let's do 30 minutes. Yeah, notice how I said small and I said 30? I just cut it in half. 30 minutes of just downtime where it's just you and whatever else is portraying in your head. Whoever you're playing. Maybe it's the one team that you want to beat so bad, and you even know their biggest hitter's number, and she's up to bat or he's up to bat, and you are going to strike this turkey out. Or maybe you don't strike him out. Maybe they end up hitting a line drive to your shortstop, and then your second baseman covers, and they get the runner out who was on second trying to go 3. See what I mean? See how your imagination can take you big places and also allow you to make big plays? It's a beautiful thing, I'm telling you. All right, so that's how you're going to build your confidence. Again, always remember to practice the way you're going to play. Practice the way you're going to play. All right? Connect the dots, and the only way you're going to be able to do that is you've got to allow yourself time in your head to see the big picture. Because really, that's what it should always be about, is the big picture. All right, guys, this is Coach Callie with Coordinated Coaching signing off. Thanks for watching, and I appreciate it. If you have any questions, please shoot me an email. I will put it below in the little details box. Bye, guys.